Hello everyone, how are you all? Good? Okay, so welcome to Swiflearn online classes. As you already know that Swiflearn is the India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Over here, all the classes are 100% live and interactive classes. We give personalized attention to each and every students क्योंकि maximum हमारा six batches में 6 students रहता है, not more than that, right? And this helped the student also to ask any sort of doubt without hesitation, and this also helped us to keep an eye on you. Coming to the third thing, we have a very good dedicated academic mentor team who continuously will track how you are progressing. And finally, that is the very important that we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule. Whatever is coming in your school exam, we will do those topics first and then we will move on to the rest of the topics. Now, coming to our key features. So, let me tell you what are our key features. First of all, we maintain the detailed progress report of each and every student, as well as we will have the PTM also. जैसे आपके स्कूल में भी PTM होता है, इधर भी होगा. Secondly, we have the SAT, that is the Swiflearn Academic Test Series, which happen every Sunday. You will be able to perform over there, and your name and the rank will be given on the leaderboard. And the third and the fourth are very, very important. That is, as you already know, practice makes a man perfect. So you have to practice the question answer again and again, right? You have to solve it. So we have an unlimited practice test. So both objective and subjective questions are there. Just solve the question answer and upload it and submit it. We will check it and we will give you the tips and tricks how to write the answer so that you will never lose any marks in your board exam as well as the school exam, right? So, for experiencing all these things, you have to book the free trial class. All the trial classes are free of cost. Book it anytime whenever you are free, and then we will meet again in all the regular batches. You will enroll your name over there. Okay, so let's move on to the topic. And before that, let me tell you, whoever has not subscribed the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming session. And do not forget to like, comment, and share also. So let's begin with the new topic. As you can see over here on the screen, that we are going to start with the new topic of biology, which is there in class 9 syllabus of ICSE board, which is aids to health. Health, you as you already know that health is wealth, and we need to take care of our health. And when we are going through this pandemic situation, we are not going to the school, we are staying at home all the time, so we need to take some extra care of our health. Do you agree with me? Yes. Okay, let's see what we are going to study in today's session. We are going to study about the different ways to stay healthy, how we can stay healthy by like functioning or by doing a lot of different types of strategies by maintaining all of them. And the second thing is we will come to know about the immune system, our body immune system, why this immunity is very, very important, and what are the different types of immune systems or the different types of immunity which we have, and what we can acquire also in our lifetime. So let's begin, right? Okay, so before going to the directly to the immunity and how to take care of our health, we need to recall some of the terminologies which we have already studied in the previous sessions, like previous sessions, or we can also say we have already studied in the previous grades, right? In the class 7th or 8th grade. So the first terminology is, what is health? What do you mean by health? We are so much concerned about the health. Healthy, we have to be healthy, and can anybody tell me what is health? Yes. So, do you think that it is just when we are not having any sort of disease, we can say ourselves or we can call ourselves that we are healthy? Yes. No, na? Yes, health means a lot more than that. So we are going to study what is health. Before that, I have already said that health is wealth, and health is, we can see that a person is totally healthy when all the functioning of the body is happening properly. Okay, otherwise we can say that we are not healthy. So what do you mean by health? It is nothing but according to the WHO, which was given the definition of health, it is the social, mental, and physical well being. Okay, and for maintaining all these types of situation, what we have to do is we have to take care of our body. We have to celebrate, we can celebrate a day for our proper awareness for taking care of our individual health, right? And according to WHO, that is why they declared one day as the World Health Day, that is specially for maintaining a proper health of our body. Okay, so this is the World Health Day is the 7th of April. We celebrate it because of creating some awareness to everybody all around the world so that they can take care of their health. And it doesn't mean that the individual health only, we should also take care of the health of the community, right? Yes. Now let's see what is the actual meaning of the health. So according to WHO or the WHO, as you already know, so, what health is nothing but a state of being totally physical, mental, and social well-being. So, whenever these three categories are coming, these three parameters, we can say the social, mental, and physical well-being is totally maintained within the body, then we can say that the person is perfectly healthy person, right? It doesn't mean always that we are not having any sort of disease, we are not having fever, we are not having cough and cold, we are not having corona, so that is why we are healthy. No, not at all. So healthy means we have to be physically, mentally, and socially totally perfect or fit or well. Okay, up to this much clear? So as per the definition, I have already said that disease free generally doesn't mean that we are totally healthy. So we have to be healthy from our mental condition, social condition also, right? So can you tell the different ways to stay healthy? Yes, any idea? How can you keep yourself healthy all the time? So first of all, the first thing which comes to you is tensionless life, right? You should not take like tension. Secondly, you should maintain a proper personal as well as the community hygiene. Third is do exercise. This physical exercise is very, very important for your body, and this is very important when you were sitting at your home and doing the studies and all, right? Fourth is maintain a proper balanced diet. Whenever all the nutrients are properly there in your diet, then only you can maintain your health. Okay, so all the five nutrients, that is carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals, these all nutrients should be present in your diet and every day. Okay, and this should be in a balanced condition. Okay, and other than this, definitely, we should not be addicted with any sort of bad habits like smoking, drinking, and all. And keep your environment also clean. Not only yourself, keep the whole surrounding around your house also clean so that you can maintain a proper healthy life. Yes, I think you all do this, right? Okay, let us consider one situation and then we will move on to what you mean by this disease and disease causing organisms, what are the different types of diseases and how they're making our body unhealthy. Okay, so here you can see that there were two sisters, that is Reen and Maggie, and Reen had a defect in her heart by birth. So it is by birth, okay? And Maggie used to feel sick whenever he goes out to play in the rain. So do you think in both the condition the situation is same or they are having similar type of health issues or they are different? Of course they are different, na? Because one is suffering from a health disease, that is the problem in the heart, and that is like from birth, and Maggie is suffering from the cough and cold maybe or falling sick when they are going when she is going to play in the rain. So the two different types of diseases are there. Now if I ask you how these diseases can be caused or what are the different causative organisms of these diseases, definitely there must be the different types of germs which are present all around us and causing all these types of diseases, है ना? And can before going to those all the different types of germs and causative organism and so on, can anybody tell me what is actually a disease? हम कब बोल सकते हैं कि किसी को कोई disease हुआ है और नहीं? हम कब बोल सकते हैं कि disease क्या है? Yes. So disease is nothing but when your body is not properly functioning, है ना? तो हमारा बॉडी जब completely properly function नहीं कर रहे हैं, कोई भी एक organ properly function नहीं कर रहे, then we can say that we are suffering from one or the other disease. Do you agree with me? Yes. So this disease is nothing but the malfunctioning or improper functioning or a disorder of the whole body. Now, these diseases can be transmitted from one person to another, or it can be transmitted through air, water, food, whatever it is, by the different types of disease causing germs. So, the disease causing organisms, which are microscopic, we cannot see them without the microscope, are the bacteria, fungus, like the virus, protozoa, and so on. Okay, now based on whether the disease is present from the birth or it has come a later on in your lifespan, so we can divide this disease into two main types. One is the congenital, okay, that is the inborn disease or which is already present from the birth. Like we have seen in the previous situation where Rin was having the heart disease which is by birth. So we can say that that is the congenital disease. Clear? And the second type is the acquired disease. That means this type of diseases are acquired after birth. So it can be at the age of, like, it can be during your childhood or during your adolescence, it can be after adult or in the old age also. Okay, so these are the different types of diseases. Now these acquired diseases can again be divided into two main types. One is the infectious diseases, which can be communicated or like spread from one person to another. And the second type is non infectious diseases or non communicable diseases, which are not spreading from one person to another. If I give you one example of the communicable disease, we can say it is malaria, because we already know the plasmodium vivax is carried by the mosquito, the female anopheles mosquito, from one person to another. So the person who is already having the germ inside their body, a mosquito will go and bite him or her, and again when he that mosquito will bite like a healthy person, then that disease will be spread from the infectious person, right? So we can call this as the infectious disease. And the second type of disease is the non-infectious disease, which cannot be transmitted from one person to another, like we can say the diabetes. Diabetes cannot be like passed from one person to another, right? Or high blood pressure, tension, stress, right? So up to this much clear. Cancer is also non-infectious. Up to this much totally clear, I guess. Yes? Okay. Now let's begin with the different types of disease causing organisms. So, who can basically transmit or spread all these types of diseases? As I have already said, that they can be the different parasites, worms, they can be the virus, bacteria, protozoa, fungus, so on. So, let us see some of the name of the diseases which are caused by those microorganisms. First of all, you can see over here the bacterial diseases, which are specifically caused or spread by the different types of bacteria. So tuberculosis, mycobacterium tuberculosis is the name of the bacteria which generally spread the tuberculosis, okay, or it causes tuberculosis. Vibrio cholerae, another bacteria which causes cholera. Tetanus, also another disease which is caused by the bacteria. Fine. Now let's move on to the viral diseases. A very common viral disease you already know is the coronavirus. Yes, they are the COVID-19 virus is like spreading the corona. Other than this, we can say the poliomyelitis, okay, due to the poliovirus, the AIDS, which is caused by the HIV virus, mumps, the rabies. So these are the different types of viral diseases. Now let's move on to the different parasitic diseases or the different diseases which are caused by the worms who live within our body as a parasite, who can live within the small intestine and feed on our body or the nutrients which they are getting from our body. So it can cause the Ascariasis and Teniasis. So Ascariasis basically is caused by the roundworm and Teniasis are caused by the tapeworm. So they are basically transmitted from the different contaminated food and water when you were not drinking a proper drinking water, or like you were going out and having such street foods and all, then you may get these types of diseases, because the very small eggs or the larva which you cannot see without microscope can get inside your body through the food and water. Yeah, and when they are going inside your body, they are taking the nutrients from you, and they will grow and become the adult, and they will feed on your body nutrients. Okay, so they are present, they can be present in the small intestine and feed on it. Okay, so these are very dangerous disease causing organisms. Now can you look at this house I'm showing on the screen and tell me something is wrong with it? Because the neighbor around this house always say that the people of this house remain sick all the time. Now why do you think this the people of this house feel like fall sick all the time, most of the times? Yes, anything to say from this picture, anything you can observe? Yes, you can see the dustbins in front of the house and it is overloaded, right? So you already know that the mosquitoes and the houseflies are going to the dustbin to just sit on it. They carry the different types of disease causing germs from here, and they will come on your food and they will just sit. Okay, they will just sit, and what will happen? Accidentally, those germs will also be carried with them and they will also be spread on your food, and unknowingly you will eat those contaminated food. You will again get that type of diseases. Okay, and that is why the people of this house remain sick for all the time. This is the important, or we can say this is the actual scientific reason. So what we have to do is we have to clean our surroundings. So as you already know that the cleanliness is next to godliness. So not only the personal hygiene, we should also maintain the community clean, right? So what do you mean by this hygiene? Hygiene is nothing but certain practice which we do, the good habits to maintain a good health. Yeah, so whenever you are maintaining a good health, you need to go through certain good habits. Okay, and this should happen in personal level, that we generally call as the personal hygiene. We should take care of ourselves every day, each and every time. Whenever you, like for example, whenever you were eating, just before eating you have to wash your hands very cleanly with the soap and all. And nowadays though, whenever you are going out, wear your mask, wear use the sanitizer again and again if you were touching anything. Yes, so these are personal hygiene. And if I think about the social hygiene, this is another type of hygiene you should take care of. Yes, in the community level. So keep your surrounding clean. Whenever you will see any water is storing around your house, just drain it off so that the mosquitoes will not be able to lay egg, because this stored water are the very favorite places for the mosquitoes to lay egg, and mainly during their breeding season, that is in the rainy season, right? So take care of this one. Don't keep the dustbins open all the time. Yes, so the mosquitoes and housefly can go over there, lay egg, they can carry the different disease causing germs and so on. Agree with me? Yes? Okay. So, personal hygiene, we should take care of our health. We should take proper rest. That is very important. Stay always like stress free. Take proper rest and sleep. And you should maintain proper habit of having the balanced diet. Don't eat that much junk food and all. Avoid smoking, drinking, and drugs. These are really very bad habits, so that you can properly maintain your body healthy. Okay, so these are the different types of things we should take care of. So let us see how to wash our hand and take care of our body properly.
You should wash your hands for the amount of time it takes to sing happy birthday twice. Step 1. Wet your hands with water. Step 2. Apply enough soap to cover your hands. Step 3. Rub your hands together. Step 4. Use one hand to rub the back of the other hand and clean in between the fingers. Do the same with the other hand. Step 5. Rub your hands together and clean in between your fingers. Step 6. Rub the back of your fingers against your palms. Step 7. Rub your thumb using your other hand. Do the same with the other thumb. Step 8. Rub the tips of your fingers on the palm of your other hand. Do the same with the other hand. Step 9. Rinse your hands with water. Step 10. Dry your hands completely with a disposable towel.
Exactly. So, do you like wash your hand like this by following all the steps? If not, please follow all the steps while washing hand from now. Okay. Now let's see how we can uh, clean our surrounding in a community level, right? So a good environment, you already know, will give you a proper mental condition as well as the physical condition. So the untidy, improper way of disposal of the waste here and there, keeping the dustbin open all the time, this will not work at all, right? So keep your surrounding clean also, so that the uncontrolled growth of the rodents, the different disease causing microbes as well as the mosquitoes, housefly will not go to there, and they will not spread the different types of diseases. Yes, chalo. So now this is also another type of maintaining a proper social or the community health. So can you tell me by looking in this picture what practice is basically going on over here? Yes, you can see the various circles, and you can see this type of circle when you are going to the marketplace nowadays, mainly, right? In the post COVID situation. Yeah. So, what they are doing, they are basically maintaining the social distance. Agree with me? So, this is also another very important thing to maintain a proper community health. Yes. Now let's move on to the next portion of this topic of the session, that is the immune system. So what do you mean by immune system? Can anybody say? Yeah. So an immune system is nothing but it is the system which is present within our body so that it can fight out any sort of diseases or the disease causing germs whenever they are entering inside our body, right? So what is the role of the army or the security force or in a country? They generally protect the country from any sort of dangers, right? So the similar way, the same thing happened within our body also. There are certain proteins, there are certain cells which continuously try to fight out, try to find out any sort of disease causing germs are present within our body or not. If present, they try to kill them or harm the uh, like destroy them. Okay, so this is the main system which is present within our body to kill the different types of disease causing germs. We will call this system as the immune system. Okay, so the immune system, if you are asked what is this, it is nothing but the network of the different types of cells, tissues, organs together. They work and protect our body from any sort of diseases. So mainly the cell which is present in our blood is the white blood cells or the WBC, which helps to destroy the different types of disease causing germs. They are present and they are circulated to all the different parts of the body so that they can monitor and they can identify the different types of disease causing germs. If they encounter any, then and there they just try to destroy it. Up to this much clear? So like this our immune system basically works in our body. So let us see what are the different biological terms which are given to those germs and the different types of cells which are fighting those germs. So first of all, any foreign body or the germs which are entering in our body, we call them as the antigens. And when these antigens are present within our body and it is recognized by our immune system, they release the antibodies. Okay, and these antibodies are nothing but the type of protein, as well as these antibodies are present in the different types of cells also. Okay, so the ability of the body to resist the disease and fight out the different types of germs is known as immunity. So as you can see that You were hearing here and there that we need to take care of our immunity, right? Our resistance power or the immunity power. So let us quickly see with the help of a video what is the immune system of our body.
The main function of the immune system is to prevent the development of disease caused by infection. Infections can be caused by a wide variety of pathogens, including bacteria, fungi, parasites such as malaria, and viruses including influenza and the common cold. The immune system comprises a network of cells and immune tissues that work together to prevent the development of disease. All parts of the body that interface with the environment, such as the lungs, the digestive tract, and the skin, have to be prepared to protect the body from infection. Normally, the skin acts as a barrier to prevent pathogens from entering the body. Let's say, for example, you scrape your leg. The barrier, your skin, is now compromised, and pathogens such as bacteria, which are present on your skin or in the environment, are now able to enter your cut. Luckily for you, there is an army of immune cells in your leg waiting for this very moment. These immune cells, called macrophages, are able to recognize the bacteria as a potential threat based on molecules the bacteria express on their cell surface. Once the macrophages recognize the bacteria, they can then go on to destroy it by eating it. This is a process known as phagocytosis. At the same time, the macrophages produce molecules called cytokines and chemokines that alert the rest of the immune system to the presence of the invader. Different immune cells, called neutrophils, are recruited to your leg, and with the macrophages, they help to destroy the bacteria. Both macrophages and neutrophils are part of the so-called innate immune system, and these cells are part of the first line of defense against invading pathogens. If the bacteria cannot be controlled by members of the innate system, then more specialized immune cells, called lymphocytes, will be recruited to your leg. Lymphocytes include T cells and B cells. They work together to produce molecules, including antibodies, which help to clear the infection. T and B cells are members of the so-called adaptive immune system. Once these cells get activated, they are able to remember an infection so that next time the same bacteria enters the body, it can be destroyed more rapidly. Due to your innate immune system and your adaptive immune system working together, the bacteria can be cleared from the cut in your leg. Your immune system has successfully prevented the development of disease. There's still much that we do not understand about how the immune system functions. Scientists are doing research to understand this more precisely, and this knowledge can be used, for example, in the development of new and better vaccines.
Exactly. So I hope that you have at least got an idea about the immune system
The
of our body, right? So we are going to discuss about this immune system now in detail. Okay, what are the different types of immune system? What are the differences which are present within our body to maintain a proper immunity power of our body? Right now, you can see over here. Let me give you some of the facts. Like the father of immunology is Edward Jenner, and as you already know, that Jenner developed the very first vaccine against the smallpox. Yes, and it is directly or indirectly to billions of the lives saved around the whole world when the smallpox was spreading in the Western countries. Yes, okay. So, the ability of the body to protect the disease or the disease causing germs, the foreign bodies, this process is known as the immunity, or the ability of the body is known as the immunity. And when we call it as a separate branch of science, or the science which deal about this immunity, the sensitivity, allergy, and how our immune system is working within our body, we call this branch of science as the immunology. Okay, now there are two main types of immunity. As you have already seen in the video, that there is the adaptive immunity, or we can call it as acquired immunity and specific immunity. And the second type is the natural or the innate immunity. So the natural immunity, you can see, you can get it from the word only, that it is present naturally. And the adapted or acquired immunity is certain, which is artificially made. Yeah. So let us see what are they. Okay, so as we have already studied, like the antigens and the antibodies, the antigens are the substances which are attacking our body. Antibodies are in turn secreted from our body so that they can fight it out. And all these antibodies are known as immunoglobulins. But this immunoglobulins, all the immunoglobulins cannot be the antibodies. Okay, so with the help of a video, let us see what are the antibodies which are present in our body.
If this is the first time you've heard about antibodies, you may not know how important they are. Antibodies are one of the warriors inside our body, helping us fight off nasty invading particles. They are a type of protein and a key component of our immune system. If a person doesn't produce or overproduces antibodies in their body, the person will become very ill. So where do antibodies come from? Antibodies circulate in the bloodstream and can appear anywhere throughout the body. Their function is to recognize bad agents called antigens and then trigger further chemical reactions in the body to remove the antigens. Antigens are foreign substances that are capable of triggering an immune response. They can be viruses, fungi, bacteria, and some non-living substances such as toxins, chemicals, and foreign particles. They can even be allergens like dust, pollen, or certain foods that cause allergic reactions. Antibodies are produced in the immune system in response to the presence of an antigen. So what do antibodies look like? Antibodies are also known as immunoglobulin. They are generally a Y-shaped protein consisting of 4 polypeptides, 2 identical light chains, and 2 identical heavy chains. The terms light and heavy simply mean larger and smaller. The 4 polypeptide chains are connected by disulfide bridges. Here, at the tip of each arm are the antigen binding sites. These are really important parts for attacking invading antigens. Similar to the lock and key mechanism in enzymes, the shape of the antigen binding site is specific to the antigen it's targeting. If part of the antigen fits into the antigen binding site, the antibody recognizes the foreign antigen and binds it in. This stops the antigen from causing more damage elsewhere. 2 identical binding sites means any given antibody can bind simultaneously to 2 identical antigens. Millions of antibodies with slightly different tip structures exist, with each variant binding to a different antigen. This enormous diversity of antibodies allows the immune system to recognize an equally diverse range of antigens. By binding in an antigen, an antibody can stop the antigen from entering or damaging cells. This is known as neutralizing. The antibody can also tag the antigen for attack by other parts of the immune system. In mammals, there are 5 immunoglobulin isotopes. They perform direct roles and help direct the appropriate immune response for each different type of foreign invader. Antibodies are cloned in laboratories. To discover how and why, watch this video. So there we have the ninja Y-shaped antibodies, protecting us from foreign invading antigens. Antibodies are nearly identical, except for slightly different shaped antigen binding sites.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.
Yes. So already we have got an idea what are the antibodies and how they fight out the different types of disease causing germs within our body, right? So this type of immunity which are present, let us first study about the innate immunity, okay? So they are present from the birth and they are activated immediately whenever any sort of pathogen or any sort of disease causing germ will attack our body. Fine. So this innate immunity act as a barrier or include the different types of barriers like the skins also, so that the foreign particles can be out of our body. Yes. Okay. So the innate immunity, if we call about, so we it includes the different like the barriers like salivary enzymes, the natural killer cells which are present within our blood, the different types of cells which are present in our blood which can fight out any sort of disease causing germs. So it is a long term immunity and in which the body produces the antibodies whenever any sort of antigen is encountered within our body, the antibodies will be produced, and our body has the few natural barriers to prevent all these types of disease causing germs also. What about the acquired immunity? It will be present, it will come to our body and gain over time. It is not present from the birth. It will be present after some time in the long lifespan. Yes. So let's study with the help of an example. Here you can see Tom was infected with the chicken pox as a child. Few years later, when he come in contact with another child having chicken pox, he did not get the same disease. Why do you think? Why it happened to Tom? Yes, because the body is already encountered with the same type of disease causing germs. So for the second time, the body first encountered the germ and quickly start producing the antibodies against it so that the antibody can destroy that type of antigen which can cause this chicken pox. Okay, so there are certain memory cells which are present within our body which keep it in mind what types of diseases are coming inside our body in past. So whenever it is already encountered in the past, in the second time it will not take any further time, and they will automatically at the same time attack them and just destroy them. Okay, this is the um, acquired immunity. Fine. Now, this acquired immunities again can be divided into active and passive immunity. If we think about the active immunity, again, this active immunity is the natural and artificial. Natural, we can say that it is developed in response to an infection, any sort of infection if you get, and your body is automatically functioning. So, we can call it as the natural active immunity. And when it is artificial, when you are already having any vaccination, so you have already taken any vaccination, so in the whole lifespan any sort of disease can happen and automatically your body will start fighting against it. Okay, so that is known as the active immunity or the artificial active immunity. Now coming to the passive immunity, so again this passive immunity can be divided into natural and artificial. So here natural kab hota hai? When we have received anything from the birth or just after the birth from the breast milk from the mother, right? So a proper type of immunity is producing within the body of the child. And what about the artificial? Again, you are taking some medicines, some artificial things, some gamma globulin injections, some of the infusion, so that you can build your body so that they can fight out any sort of germs. Okay, so these are the different types of immunity which can be developed within our body in any time. Okay, now let's quickly revise some of the question answers. Then, state any two condition essential for being free of disease. There can be many condition, and the most important condition is first of all you have to make your surrounding as well as your personal hygiene. Yes, and keep everything around you clean. Okay, and hygienic. Now, coming to the second question, why are we normally advised to take bland food or nourishing food when we are sick? Yes, any idea? Because our digestive system is not well that time, and they can only they will be able to digest the very bland and nourishing food. This is one reason. Second reason is that you need energy at that time, so that the wear and tear portions of the body, like the infected portion of the body, will be totally repaired. Yes. Okay. And this nourishing food will give you to make more energy within your body, as well as will help to make new cells. Coming to the third question, what do you mean by immune system and its function? As we already said, that the system which is the defending any sort of disease producing germs within our body, this is known as the like immune system, and their function is to recognize the germs, record it for the further defeat and all, and destroy those microbes or the microorganisms or the different disease causing germs, right? Okay, let me give you one fact, that do you know, like housefly test with their feet? The same thing happen in case of the butterfly, housefly. They have the test buds, the test receptor, which are known as the chemosensilla, which are present in the lower portion of their leg, foot. Okay, so when they go to the garbage, or maybe around on your lunch also, or any sort of manure, so they first go and sit and start walking around, so that they will be able to understand what type of food is it. Okay, because the test receptors are present on their feet. Now, let's see what we have studied in today's session. We have already studied about the immune system, the different types of immune system, the natural and acquired immune system, and we have also come to know about the antigens and antibodies and how to keep ourselves healthy. Right. So, this is all for this session. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for staying till the end of the session. We will again meet in another session. Before that, let me again remind you to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming session, and do not forget to like, comment and share also. We will again meet in the next session. So till then, bye bye, take care, stay safe, stay healthy.